Are you Christina Allen? Yeah? Okay. Right. Mr. Dagger Margosian, and I believe Ms. Sebring.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Sebring, if you want to unmute your device and start your video.
I couldn't get it. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So this, Ms. Adams, have we been able to reach the victim advocate?
No, I'll try somebody else in their office.
All right. She was here a minute ago waiting for you, but she might have gone to another court at this point.
Yeah, she just texted me. I didn't know I could bring my phone in here, but I let her know that I was in the driveway.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
I'm Danielle Heath. I'm Christiana Allen's mom.
Okay. Okay.
Danielle what, Judge?
What?
Danielle what?
Danielle what?
Heath, Heath.
Thank you. Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jeanette Estella Sebring. File numbers 25-22109FH and 25-22110FH. And Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Ms. Sebring. Both parties have appeared via Zoom. I have Jennifer Walsh appearing on behalf of the Michigan Department of Corrections, who prepared the pre-sentence report. I have Darren Coast. Mr. Coast is our pretrial services coordinator. Mr. Coast, do you have a report on Ms. Sebring?
I do, Judge. As part of her bond conditions, she's supposed to do 2 times a week drug testing. She does live down in Mississippi. She was doing drug screens at the Cooper Family Medical Center. The last drug screen I have is dated January the 10th. I had no further drug screens after that point. I did talk to Ms. Sebring. She did indicate that she couldn't afford them, but that was about a month ago. I still haven't received any additional drug test.
Okay. All right, thank you. So, Ms. Sebring,
Yes, ma'am.
have you had an opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Right, and have you had an opportunity to discuss that with Mr. Dagger Margosian?
I also have done that also. Yes.
Right, are you satisfied with Mr. Dagger Margosian as your attorney and the advice that he has given you?
Yeah. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Okay, Mr. Dagger Margosian, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect?
None to my knowledge at this time, Your Honor.
Right. Probation Department has calculated the minimum sentencing guidelines to be 0 to 9 months to create that calculation of guidelines.
No challenges at this time, Your Honor.
And there was a, hold on, let me get back there. There was a, let's see here, I'm in here somewhere. There was a sentencing agreement, I believe, with the prosecutor's office that there would be no upfront jail in this case or suspended. Is that correct, Mr. Dagger Margosian?
Suspended, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. So I have Miss Allen here who'd like to speak. Is that correct, Miss Allen? Okay, so I want you to come up here and I want you to stand at the podium. Your mom can stand next to you or the victim advocate if you want someone to stand next to you. Will you show her how to get up here, please? Okay, thank you. Okay, so you're gonna come in front of that podium. Perfect, and You're kind of tall, so you can adjust that microphone a little bit for your height. My daughter's tall too, so. All right,
And then I just had something too, so.
okay, all right. So Miss Ellen, you're gonna have to speak loudly, so you need to take a deep breath, because I know it's kind of intimidating being in a courtroom, okay? So take a deep breath, and I need you to state your name really loud for me. Okay, you gotta be louder than that, and I am so sorry, but just say it a little bit louder for me.
Christiana,
Okay, can you spell your first name?
CHRISTIANA,
And spell Ellen?
ALLN.
Excellent. All right. So Miss Ellen, do you have a statement? Did you write it out?
Yes or no?
Yeah,
All right. Do you want me to read it or do you want to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay, so remember you gotta read loud, so we record in case there's an appeal. So it has to be loud enough that our microphones pick it up, okay? Go ahead.
On October 5th, 2024, I never could have prepared myself for what was going to happen.
It's okay.
But me and my friends planned to be a fun night celebrating a friend's keepsake turned into one of the most terrifying nights of my life. It began when I was going to drop them off at the apartment located behind Planet Fitness. As I was approaching the apartments, there was a black truck pulled along the right side with its lights off. I turned my brights on as I began to bypass the vehicle. As passing, a lady whom we now know was Jeanette Sebring stepped onto the running board and shouted something. I slowed down as I looked into my rearview mirror, and in an instant, she got back into the vehicle, and that's where it began. I began to drive through the apartment complex, onto the other side, and did a big circle around the parking lot by Staples, in hopes they would just drive off. When I noticed they did the same lap around the parking lot, I went out onto 223 and then went into the right. They went into the right lane next to us. Then they shot. Instantly, my heart sunk to my stomach, and my mind immediately thought, you need to get out of here. So I made a sharp last-minute turn down Cadmus in hopes they wouldn't have time to follow, but they did. I remember looking around and realizing I had never been down this far on the street before. I was terrified, but had to remain calm because the lives of me and my friends depend on me. So I called 911. I was on the phone with the dispatcher for 15 minutes. As we kept traveling down the street, I noticed a stop sign approaching, and I knew I had to think quickly because there was a car stopped there. As we came closer, I slowed down and noticed the truck coming beside us. There was instant panic from all of us in the car. The truck pulled into the intersection and stopped in front of the car, trying to stop us from continuing on. I made a quick decision to turn left, in which I still believe is the reason we're all still here today. I then made a quick turn down the first street, turning my lights off. After a few moments, I then followed the directions of the dispatcher to turn my hazards on. I felt as if the moment was never going to end. We were surrounded by open fields, and I was scared that at any moment that same black truck would find us. While being directed to the police station, Miss Sebring and her husband were at a speedway trying to convince the worker to be their alibi because they had just shot someone and did not know if they're okay. What they did that night was not to scare us, but they had pure intention of hurting us. And I don't believe someone like that should get to walk the street. To this day, anytime I drive down that road, I get an uneasy feeling, and my mind begins to take me back to that night all over again. I get scared, and every time I see a black truck that it could be them, and this could happen again. This night had a long-lasting effect on me. It has been 5 months since this incident, and I am just now feeling comfortable telling my story of what happened that night. I would like to also point out that I was a child myself, and I had many things running through my mind, such as if my friends were to get shot, would their families ever forgive me? Or if I stop, what will they do to us? To this day, I know nothing that occurred that night was my fault. Turning on your bikes is not a crime, but shooting at someone and chasing them for 20 minutes is. This was very mentally challenging, and I still deal with it to this day. I would just like them to get some type of punishment because I know that even if it is not me that this happens to, I want to make sure this does not happen to another innocent driver.
Very good. Thank you. So, ma'am, Let your mom come up here. You're gonna have a seat right there. Now, ma'am, state your name again for the record.
Danielle Heath.
All right, move that microphone down.
Yeah, she's way taller.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I would just like to start by asking, what do you think would happen if my daughter had stopped at the intersection without turning left? I would tell you that probably my daughter wouldn't be standing in this courtroom telling her story right now. The effects of Jeanette Sebring and her husband not only have impacted my daughter's life, but have also impacted my life. I have to stay strong as I listen to my daughter tell me a story of this unhinged actions from Jeanette and her husband that night, and how she had to fight against her emotions to stay strong and keep her friends safe that night. Throughout this time, Jeanette has also been arrested on many other charges. Someone like this should not, I'm sorry, should not get off so easily. She was following my daughter and her friends for 20 minutes. And in this time endangered my minors.
I'm sorry, Miss Sebring, do you think this is funny?
No, ma'am.
Then you need to school
No,
your
ma'am.
face, or
Not
I'm
at
gonna make
all.
you come in person. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So-
Not at all funny at all.
Because you will come in person, and I
I
do not have
understand.
to honor that. You need to stop talking over me and close your mouth. If you think it's funny, maybe you can come here in person and tell me why you think it's funny, because I don't have to follow a sentencing agreement. So school your face. All right, go ahead.
How dare her sit here and listen to our story and my 17-year-old daughter's story of you shooting at her and you laugh in our face. How dare you? How dare you? I believe that by only giving her probation, we are doing nothing but endangering people around her, because that will happen if someone cuts her off, honks at her, or simply flashes her lights in the future. You don't know, or I can't even think. Don't believe she will do the same thing she did that night on October 5th to my daughter. And unfortunately, that innocent person might have a different outcome than my daughter did. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Dagger Margosian, is there
Your Honor,
anything you'd like to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I do want to a few things. Number one, I think I'll just start with Miss Sebring's demeanor right now. I don't believe that she's doing this out of spite or I don't know, but this is her disposition that I've dealt with her every time. So I think it's just the way that she displays herself. I don't really know how else to say it, but I do know that in talking with her, she is remorseful about this situation, about this incident. I want to frankly thank the young woman who spoke this morning. I think it's important that they have a voice and that they are able to let the court know and let everybody know their feelings. And I appreciate. I think it was her mom. I'm sorry, I don't know the relationship, but I do know that Miss Sebring is remorseful about this. I will say that there is a penalty that Miss Sebring is facing. In the recommendation, there is a lengthy period of suspended incarceration, and that what that means is that if Miss Sebring violates at any point, that will be imposed. This is Miss Sebring's. She has a felony conviction, and so that limits, quite a lot of rights that we enjoy as citizens, and she understands that, and those are now gone because of this felony conviction. She's going to be on probation, as the recommendation states currently. She's going to be on probation for a lengthy period of time, and again, if she messes up, she's going to face serious consequences from this court. So I want to make sure that it's not as though she's getting off scot-free. I understand people have different opinions and circumstances as far as what should be ordered, but obviously this is what had been coordinated by the people and myself. And like I said, Miss Sebring is remorseful about this. She needs to do better, and that's what one of the purposes of probation is for. So I appreciate the young woman speaking today. I don't know if Ms. Sebring has anything to say, but those are my comments for the court.
Ms. Sebring, is there anything you'd like to say on your own behalf?
Yes, please don't take my reaction of my facial disposition as that I thought it was funny. It's I am very remorseful for the incident that occurred completely. And I just wanted to apologize to the court for assuming that I was thinking that anything other than the fact that I understand, period, why she got upset. I was thinking out loud with facial reactions that was their take of what happened, and mine is mine, I guess. So with that, that's all I have to say is that I apologize to the court. Thank you.
In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been said upon the record at this hearing. The criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for the law and protection of society. There's a plea agreement struck at this time in this case where you pled guilty to one count of carrying a concealed weapon and one count of use of methamphetamine. This incident does involve driving a motor vehicle and basically terrorizing a carload of teenagers. Luckily, nobody died, because then you'd be going to prison for life. It's sentence of the court, you'll be placed on probation on each file for a period of 24 months. During that term of probation, you're not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You do live in, what'd you say, Mississippi?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there'll have to be a transfer of probation to the state of Mississippi. During that term of probation, you're not to use alcohol or any other intoxicants. You can't enter bars or other places where the primary purpose is to serve alcohol for drinking on site. You must comply with all requirements for alcohol testing and drug testing. You must not use or possess any illegal controlled substances or paraphernalia. You must use prescription drugs only as prescribed, complete outpatient or residential substance abuse treatment when referred. Make a truthful report to the probation department as required. Notify the probation department of any change of address or employment. Not change residence without permission by the field agent. You're not to have any verbal, written, electronic, or physical contact with Christiana Allen. Mahogany Weich. Do you know how to pronounce Mahogany's last name? No? Okay. It's W-Y-C-H-E. Loyalty Russell, either directly or through another person, and be within 500 feet of the residence, school, or place of employment. Since you live in Mississippi, and other than figuring out the probation transfer, you have no reason to be in Michigan, that shouldn't be a problem. You must obey all court orders. You must not engage in any assaultive, abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. No contact with anybody who's an inmate with any department of correction. Not use any object as a weapon. Not to have in your possession any type of weapon. You must, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the probation officer today. You must comply with all written or verbal orders made by the field agent. Allow them in your home at any time for probation supervision. Submit to search of your personal property, including your vehicle, residence, computer, without need of a warrant if the field agent has reasonable cause to believe that you have items which violate the conditions of your probation. Report any arrest or police contact, loss of employment, or change of residence within 24 hours. Maintain employment of a minimum of 30 hours per week. On file number 25-22109FH, sentence of court, you'll serve 9 months in Lenawee County Jail. I will suspend the balance per the plea agreement that was struck with the prosecutor's office. I'll give you credit for 3 days. Obviously, if you violate probation, I will require you to be incarcerated and I will put a warrant out for you. There's a crime victim assessment fee in the amount of $130 on that file, $30 per month supervision fee, $60 if we have to put a tether on you, $750 in court costs, $60 DNA fee, and $68 in state costs. On file number 25-22110FH, be placed on probation for a period of 24 months. Same terms apply. And I will order that you serve 9 months in the Lenawee County Jail with credit for 1 day served, suspended per the agreement with the prosecutor's office. There's a crime victim assessment fee in the amount of $75 and $53 in state costs. Ms. Walsh, anything I'm forgetting? There'll also be $100 transfer fee to the state of Mississippi. Is that correct, Ms. Walsh?
No, it's $200, Judge, and actually, I need to put on the record that she has to come to my office. We don't transfer. It's got to be in person. I've discussed this with her when I did her pre-sentence report, and I gave her almost a month's notice. We only have a certain amount of time to do this. We don't do this for other people. We can't do this for her. It's got to be in person. So I'm expecting her in my office either March 17th or March 31st to do this.
Okay. Ma'am, if you don't have a car, you can get a bus ticket, but you need to figure that out and find a way here to meet with Ms. Walsh. That'll be the only time you're required to come to here. If you pay the $200, we will do the transfer to Mississippi. Now, you do have the right to appeal this sentence, and we are going to mail to you at the address we have for you 3 copies of your notice of right to appellate review, along with a self-addressed stamped envelope. You're going to initial and date 1 copy where it's marked to do so for each file. Put them back in the self-addressed stamped envelope I mailed to you and mail those back to me. That's just to acknowledge you received your appellate paperwork. If you wish to appeal your sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail it to the address listed on the form within 42 days. Do you understand that?
I do.
All right, I'm gonna, do you need a breakout room, Ms. Walsh?
Nope, I just need to know which day you're coming in.
You come up with over $600 to make it. I drive a F-1500.
Okay, so March 17th or March 31st, ma'am?
It'll have to be the later one.
March 31st. And so, Judge, can we explain what happens if she doesn't appear?
So a bus ticket is a lot cheaper than that, ma'am. So if you fail to appear by the 22nd, is that the last date you said, the 22nd?
31st.
Then I will.
No, she has to come on the 31st, not before the 31st. That's when I'm available.
All right, if you're not here if you don't appear on the 31st, I will issue a bench warrant for your arrest, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, I mean, you found your way here before, you're gonna find your way back again. All right, thank you.
Same phone number, correct?